Welcome to House Seats Presents, everyone. What is going on?
Feels so like foreign for you to say that.
The world is spinning around like the.
Oh, it's spinning.
It's spinning.
Stephen Bannon is out of the White House, so there should be something good about that.
Did you see my Facebook post this morning?
I like your finger just now. Good finger you just put up.
It was knock knock. Who's there? Another White House staffer. Another White House staffer who? Another White House staffer who's left it. It's crazy.
They're leaving.
It's insane.
It's going well.
It's going well for them. Yeah, Al Gore's asking for resignations. There's all kinds of things going on out there.
I can't even blink anymore without someone else like another. We won't get into
wiping his ass with all of his staff is what I'm saying.
We won't get into all that political.
We're not political here.
No, me either.
Not at all.
All right, fine. I feel so away from you two. He is political. Oh, good. Okay, good. So we can talk about things.
We have a special guest today, a very, very good friend of mine, Mr. Chris Cicchino. Rock star legend in town, and not just in town.
He's very handsome, too.
On Broadway, on the national circuit.
You put me on the side.
like this
and in New Jersey. I'm sure they're very proud of you, too.
New York, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Guam
is
big in Guam.
He's huge.
Big. Although I postponed our vacation, we're not going to Guam anytime soon.
Oh, P.S.
Amy,
if the cameras are on, that's
yeah.
his wife, Amy. She's going to be pissed
wife.
at me for.
She was really looking
around.
forward to that Guam trip.
Yeah.
Look at her.
I hear they have very nice beaches.
I think we have to hold off
Yeah. Don't go there yet.
until we can figure out what's going on.
Does anyone fly there right now?
But Guam is great, though. I'm serious.
No, I bet
I've
it's
been there.
amazing.
You've been there?
I've been there before.
Did you do like
amazing.
a USO tour or something?
I did.
Oh.
I
mean, all I know there's military
every
men
time
there.
every
That's all
time
I
we
know.
talk about things, Bryce is like, "Wait, you've done what?"
He has the longest laundry list of things. I didn't. When I first interviewed Brandon, I was like, I'm not even going to ask for his bio because there's so much information on there.
He's a real guy. This is a real thing.
is.
I worked on this cruise ship once, and we did
They all
the
go
USO.
there. Yeah.
It was like a 15-day cruise, and so we started in Hawaii, and then we went to Midway Island.
Oh, my.
Then we went to Saipan, Guam.
Yeah.
Then went all the way down to like the Solomon Islands, or what's it called?
Right, like Easter Island or something.
Yeah.
Those islands.
We'll stop there because
that's a long way. That's a long boat ride.
It was 15 days.
I was going to say we
worked
far.
once every 5 days.
Yeah,
because we only had.
Because you were on the boat.
we
You were on
only
the
had
water the rest of the time.
3 shows,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it was wonderful.
Wow,
it was amazing. How did we get on Guam?
He said it.
I think I brought it up.
Chris's
It's
vacation.
his fault. It's his fault.
I think someone won a trip to Guam on Wheel of Fortune last night. I think that, or maybe I don't know. I don't know.
I actually
snorted.
missed Wheel of Fortune tonight. I was watching Price is Right today because it's the anniversary of my grandmother's passing, and she's the reason. I guess it's genetics that I love game shows so much. And I was watching Price is Right in her memory, and guess what? Dun, 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 CNN or CBS comes in with a special.
Interrupted you. And
For
what was it?
for
Stephen
Steve
Bannon?
Bannon.
See, Ben.
Oh, who gives a fuck?
My grandma was probably up in heaven
Well, I
like
can
this.
swear.
She was like this. It was my day, Lord. It was my day. But I still got to see the end, the
showcase showdown.
The showcase showdown.
Uh-huh.
So,
Gotcha.
Anyway, so we'll talk about my week in review later, which
Nothing. That was me
nothing
last
very
week.
special.
No. See,
I
you
don't
had
wanna-
the week last week.
I don't want to say nothing special because we'll get to
No,
it because I went to see this guy's show.
You saw, yeah.
I want to
did
hear
not.
what you did and Scott did.
Everybody seemed to have done except you, Brandy.
Well,
Nixie.
here I am.
That's
That's
okay.
why I'm over here by myself in this chair.
We all went and lived for the applause. We saw some Lady Gaga
Yes.
on Friday. Oui, oui.
T-Mobile.
T-Mobile Arena. You know, she did have. I mean, the show was a trip. I mean, you see the photos. Like when you first get there, she has all this stuff in the air. You have no idea what it is.
Was she in the round?
No, she was. She had the stage, but then these things were like giant mushrooms. That's all I can think they were.
Yeah.
And they came apart during the show so she could walk over bridges to get to other little isolated stages within. You know, all these performers we were talking
Shut
about,
up.
all these shows, the audience feels so separate that they've either built little stages out in the rest of the house so that you can have the performer come out at any given time to perform for other people. You know, we've seen it time and time again with a lot of these concerts where they don't just put it on in the static stage. They have other things going on so the band can run off and be closer to another section. And that was it. That's where we were. We were on the backside of it, but we were up close enough when... Bougie. Well, Scott was over there, too. Scott and Melissa was there, too. So, I did tell the people around him not to talk to him because he's crazy. Melissa's nice, though. But yeah, she did a number of songs. You know, I've been to her concert before, and I kind of wasn't sure I was impressed by this one because I don't like her new album that much. But after looking at I never take photos in the show. Ask Jason. I never take my phone. I'm one of those people that likes to live in the moment of it, not with my phone out and all that crap going on. But this time I actually took video because my cousin wasn't there and I wanted to share with her. She did, my favorite song, which is Edge of Glory. I think we have video of that. Yeah, the only thing I actually took video of. She did it as a ballad. Yeah, you can, and her voice was on point. I got the goosebumps. Oh.
She's the real deal. Like she's a true artist. Like,
looks like she's having an orgasm there. She was. Her lighting was on point. Yeah, there we go. And everyone sang along. I mean, until I rewatch it, and my husband takes video of every concert we're in because he likes to relive the concert when he gets home. He does not necessarily like posting everything. It's just he wants to go through the concert again when he's at home, looking through the great memories of life in that way. And the concert really was impeccable. Her lighting was on point. Her dances were on point. The music, again, I'm not a big fan of the new album, Joanne. Live for Joanne. Live for the applause. I don't know I don't know. Does anyone know what the album is called? Joanne something.
Yeah. I couldn't tell. Well,
Songs of Joanne.
It's funny because while we were in the makeup chair, thank you, Keelan.
As you do.
My name
As
is
you do. We were talking about this, about how, because my weekend review, the only thing I have was going and seeing this wonderful, wonderful show at Harrah's, Tenors of Rock, and I don't have any video clips to show. I understand your reasonings for taping it and doing this. I don't have any because I like to live in the moment and watch it. And you see so many people, and you agreed. You're like, show after show, there's so many people that literally, and when you're on stage, you see people. You're not, listeners, watchers, you're not invisible when you're in the audience in a show. We can see what you're doing, and you say people sit there the whole time with like video cameras out.
Yeah, and if
you're missing everything.
If you're a performer, I love to get eye contact and there's a back and forth, and if you're just looking at a screen, it's just not the same thing,
Yeah.
So look at the performers. They want to see you.
Your viewfinder is not live. I mean, it is not. You're literally might as well watch it at home.
Well, plus, like I said, the resolution
or on someone's YouTube.
Right.
The resolution in your eyes is way better than your phone. So just look at it.
Yeah, just keep it up here. Keep it up here.
Yeah.
So that brings us to you, and Tenors of Rock is amazing.
Oh, thank you.
I went the other night, and I have to say that I was blown away. I obviously know your talent. I know what you do. I know how you play. You are this guy.
Very shy.
Wait, okay,
that's hot. Right,
I'm
there.
very shy.
I have to say, this guy and
Good
our
job,
band in Rock of Ages specifically, and that it parlays into Tenors of Rock because there are a couple of you that are in the show as well.
Yeah.
Always 110%. And you guys, I'm not going to name the name of the restaurant on air, but the band went out to have a good time one night and eat tapas.
Topless?
Topless tapas. Well, look, you see this.
I know his shirt's just
neckline here.
I'm almost topless.
There are
right now.
boobs out on the show. And we've had a lot of ladies with their boobs out, but I like that you're out. That's side boobs.
Just a
side
hint.
boob.
Just a little tease.
Chris's cleavage.
They all got food poisoning.
Oh. Like, you sure it wasn't heavy drinking?
Nope. Okay. To the point that
there was a lawsuit and everything.
Legal stuff happened.
Oh, like that one restaurant.
Yeah.
Oh.
Vegas people know what it is. Yeah,
I know.
He owns DW Bistro. Did you know that?
Oh no.
Yeah.
We don't do tapas.
They don't do tapas, and everything is health
definitely
code.
No food poisoning.
It's rated A by
all the A's by the Zagat, by the health department.
And these guys came on stage, and as sick as you were,
I know
you were playing and running off stage and.
Were you part of the class action suit they had, or
yeah?
Okay,
it was terrible.
Wow, holy,
literally,
damn,
literally, yeah. So that's a tribute to how big of a rock star you are.
Professionalism.
A singer gets a cough and they're like,
the show must go on.
I didn't call out like certain other people in the band.
Oh my!
Oh, I thought you were talking.
We have
about
a few
Amy.
of them out there in the
All
audience
names.
too. I see. Look at you.
But look at this guy though. So
your other show.
Yeah, I call this picture. I did get held enough as a child. That's what I call this.
I just see a crock shot.
Just-
Crocs.
Well,
Never
of course, that's
crotch
what.
shot.
So speaking of child, so you were born and bred, raised Jersey born.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what led you? Who were your big influences in music when you were growing up?
Well, luckily my parents were super cool. So in my house, they were always playing the Beatles, Led Zeppelin, The Who, and Queen, my favorite band of all time, Queen.
Absolutely.
Just
Yay.
hugest Queen fan of all time. It's funny that my first guitar hero was Pete Townsend from The Who. I just remember as a kid seeing him, he's doing the windmills and all the cool shit, and I was like, I think I want to do that. And we just got a chance to see them out here, and
I saw that.
Just blew me away.
You guys got backstage.
We got backstage, VIP, the whole thing. The Tenors, Gareth from the
Nice.
Tenors hooked us up with the whole package. But Pete is 72, I think, and like he gave me a run for the money as far as energy on stage, and just killed it. And
What was it like to
I
meet?
teared up like at least
Yeah.
3, maybe 4 times in the show. I mean, it was something. Well, we didn't get to meet him,
Okay.
so we're in the whole VIP room, and all the band came out. Him and Roger didn't come out, so they're old. They were probably tired. They went home, but it didn't even matter. The show was so
They had to go
good.
take a nap.
Yeah, they were sleepy, but the
They have
show
met
was so
everybody.
fucking good. And like, yeah, I mean, me and my wife were like, I'd look at her and we were both tearing.
That's
just
amazing.
like how beautiful the music was, and it was like cinematic, and it was just amazing. Yeah, great stuff. So that's kind of stuff that got me wanting to do it. And then I got into heavier stuff, and of course all the guitar heroes, and Eddie Van Halen and Randy Rhoads, and I got into all the shreddy stuff. But that was the music that got me going, and just luckily my parents were cool. And my parents, here's a little trivia, my parents were at Madison Square Garden when the Song Remains the Same Led Zeppelin live album was recorded. They were in the audience. So that's...
Oh, did you hear Amy?
My wife
Amy's
didn't
like,
know that.
Amy doesn't know things about
His
her own
wife
head.
Amy was in the audience. Just goes, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
They're
So-
gonna have words after the show. There's many things.
We're
you
just
still
gonna
don't
have
know.
him on the
It's
show
okay.
every week, so you can find out like new details.
It's like
Of
I
his
don't even
past.
know you right now.
She may have been under the influence. That's okay.
Under the influence. Speaking of, we are
We are
sponsored today
sponsored
by
by-
what is that?
Zuccardi.
Zuccardi. Not Bacardi. Zuccardi.
Merlot.
This is the
Zuccardi
Guinea
Merlot.
version of Bacardi.
We're changing it up.
Is
We
it
usually
good?
have like
Chris? Is it good?
It's okay.
It's
I
okay.
drink cheap wine all the time.
All
so
right.
I'm used to it. Yeah.
his favorite's barefoot. Is what I.
It's not my favorite, but sometimes that's all I can afford. So
It's
I
his
drink
favorite
it.
of the cheap variety.
We'll make sure to bring some more of that when you come back too.
If I'm feeling really classy, I have Yellowtail.
I used to
Down
think when I
under.
was drinking Kendall Jackson that I was just like the fanciest.
or if you bought the reserve one, like the bottle that had
Yes.
the gold numbers on it, and
Yes.
like this is only $14. This
Yes,
is even better.
And then I went to the winery and I was like,
I know.
in Firestone.
Mm-hmm.
And then he went on The
You're so
Bachelor.
bougie,
Whatever.
Nixie. You're
yeah,
so bougie.
I'm truly bougie.
You are drinking his water.
I'm drinking my water.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, so you obviously you're a huge shredder guitar hero. I adore you. I love you so much. What was it that made you switch and be like, I'm gonna do musicals? Like that's always interested me because no, don't laugh. It's
It's a fair question.
listen to them
Fair question.
because
Fair question.
because it's such a
It's Andy out there.
big switch between growing up and although I guess a few of those groups like the Who did Tommy and this and that like.
Yeah, there's a little crossover. Well, the way it happened was weird. I've just always, since I've been an adult, tried to just make my living playing music. So whatever that entailed. So I mean, in New York, I would play in top 40 like club bands.
Yeah.
And I did weddings for a long time, and I was doing wedding bands, and it's pretty soul crushing.
Scott hovering over us like Steve Bannon.
Like I remember, so
Go away, Scott. Go away. We all look fine. Go away. Uh-oh, he's coming in. Don't take my drinks.
Oh, look at that.
stop with the.
Party foul.
Party
Come on,
foul.
Come on back in. Oh, thank you, Scott.
Say hi, Scott.
Say hi. Bye.
Anyway, the day I got into musical theater was coming home from one of these wedding gigs in like Staten Island, New York, and I mean, for a guitar player like myself, these gigs, the money's great, but it's like I would literally come home from a wedding gig and shower fully clothed in a fetal ball like a rape victim. I was just
You
like,
know all this too. Amy knows all this too.
this is what I would do.
You knew this, right? Yeah.
And I'm driving home from
This is
a
rough.
wedding one night, and I get a call on my cell phone, and it's this guy, Chris Cicchino, who's like a Broadway legend, by the way, orchestrator. And he's like, look, I heard I need a guitar player for a Broadway show that we're going to try to get onto Broadway. I said, I don't do Broadway. I'm a rock guy. He's like, no, I don't want rock guys. And he's like, foul mouth. He's cursing. He's like, it's going to be fucking great. It's going to be like Metallica. And I'm like, this doesn't sound like a Broadway show. He's like, no, it's going to be really cool. He said, come down tomorrow. We're doing a table read. Just see what you think. So I went, and it was called the Toxic Avenger musical.
With Calvary and Wooten, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Nick Cordero.
Friends of ours.
started
Jason
out.
Wooten.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We will rock you.
And it was
Calvary too.
It was co-written by David Bryan from Bon Jovi, so it was in my wheelhouse. And I watched the thing, and I was like, I think I can do this. Like, and he was like, yeah, and he shows me the set. He's like, you're gonna be up there, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be on stage. He's like, yeah, you're gonna be up. It's like a big toxic waste dump thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, I know what to do. Like, I know how to do this. And that show was awesome, and we ran for a year off Broadway. And then from that show, one day they, you know how they do the ticket exchange thing, and they said, hey, there's a new show called Rock of Ages opening.
Woo!
Do you want to go see it? It's an 80s rock thing. So our whole cast went. And I remember going with my buddy Nick Cordero, and we're sitting there. And I was hooked immediately. The guitar player comes out. It's my friend Joel Hoekstra. Fan blows his hair and takes a big solo. And I was like, I got chills. I was like, I love the show I'm in now, but I got to do this show. And as soon as the show ended, Nick Cordero turned to me and he said, you should be doing this show. And I said, that's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah. And I just cold called. I did a Google search, who's the guitar player in Rock of Ages? And I've got his number. And I said, hey, if you need a sub to cover for you, I think I can do what you're doing. And anyway, it all worked out, and I started doing Rock of Ages on Broadway, and then I did the tour, and that's where I met my beautiful, gorgeous, amazing wife.
Did you meet
Yes.
doing music?
And
I
then,
love that.
And then out here, we were here for 4 years, and that's
4
where I met
years.
this gorgeous man. And
Well, thank you.
We're bros. Yeah, so that's how I got into it. But I've only done rock musicals, so I don't know if I can do,
Right.
I have
you
to,
know,
though.
Man of La Mancha or whatever. Right? Like
That is currently playing at the Super Summer Theater.
But I
See
did
it now.
Well, I did do Jesus Christ Superstar.
Yes, with
But
House
that-
Seats Presents.
That's not the first thing he's done with House Seats Presents.
No, he did.
also did Van Halen.
He did a little jump action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
That's-
did Jump together.
That's my wheelhouse.
And we also jumped together
In a
Jump.
suit.
We didn't hump, but we jumped.
We didn't hump.
I'm not ruling it out.
We
but
may be touching
so far,
knees,
no.
but-
I'm so jealous of the closeness between him and Chris. I see I have a closeness, though. It's okay. It's fine.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
There we go. See, but I have to say, like, I love that so much. Like the first time that, because I started Rock of Ages, well, and ended it as a swing. But at the beginning, we weren't on stage. You know, we were just kind of like sitting back. The first time that I saw the show, and I'd never seen Rock of Ages before I booked it, and I was in the audience, and I saw the beginning of the show. And I understand the guitar solo was like cut down a bit for our version because it has to be a little shorter. Seeing you walk out at the beginning, the fan blowing up, and you play in that solo at the beginning to what? What was the solo again? It looked something like that, but there were
nothing
no
but a good time. Oh, that's Tenors of
nothing
Rock,
but a good time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is she
And,
topless?
I mean,
in
no.
that?
Wait, what was it?
Is she topless?
It wasn't nothing.
Just like Paradise.
Yeah, just like Paradise.
Yeah.
And it like I got
knows.
all chill bumpy and stuff, and it was just like it was one of those moments where I was like, I can't believe I'm in this show, and I get to meet so many, and not only you but Alan Childs, who played
legend,
for, David Bowie. Like we
Rod
had
Stewart,
all these great, wonderful musicians, and it was a great group of people, and we were
absolutely
blessed to be together. So now you're in Tenors of Rock.
Yes, sir.
How did you get involved with them? And I can't say enough about this show.
Yeah.
And you guys, okay, how did you get involved with it?
I just got a call about, I guess it was almost 3-4 years ago, from New York saying, hey, there's these British guys, they want to showcase, they want to try to get a Vegas show. They need a showcase. Can you put a band together to do a showcase? And they sent me the material, and I thought it was great. And I said, all right, cool. So I put a band together. We showcased. And then nothing happened for about a year. And then about a year later, another call. We're going to do another showcase. I think we played Vinyl once, and I forget where the other one was. But And like nothing came of it, as things. That's the way things work sometimes. Okay, but I love the guys. So they're these 5 British guys, amazing singers, and they do mashups of classic rock music, but arranged for 5 voices. So it kind of sounds like it. For me, it's like if Queen did every great song. I
was gonna say it sounds like a Queen.
Yeah, like just great harmonies. They're all amazing, and they all have amazing showcases individually, and then together they come to do like the 5-part harmonies. So. It was awesome, and I always told them, like, you guys, if you guys get a show out here, you're gonna kill because it's such a cool idea. And then just randomly, right around the time I heard that Rock of Ages the rumors were that it was closing after 4 years, they called me and said, "Hey, I think we got a theater at Harrah's, and we're gonna start a show. Do you want to do it?" So it just worked out timing-wise. I mean, literally, we closed our show, I think, January 1st or 2nd, and my first rehearsal with the tenors was, like, the 3rd. So, which is how I like it. Just jumped right to a new show. And, but, yeah, the show's awesome. They're super funny and charming. And
they really, really are.
Yeah, so I'm loving it. And they surprisingly give me a lot of showcase time. Like, I'm right up in front of the stage, and there's a lot of little features. And so...
I do have to ask you a question, though, like and we've all been there, we've all done it, and this is not a disservice to your show or any of our shows. We've all had the budget cuts where someone has had to been cut from a band, and it usually always first, unfortunately, is a keyboard player. And I noticed while we were there, you're playing guitar and you're pushing buttons for the patches on because 80s music is so keyboard heavy. Like, how did you...
Well, that's actually not me.
Was that like a whole... you had to learn a whole new show?
No, that's not even what's happening. The keyboards are just on track. That's because I'm crazy. That's my in-ear monitor mix, and I'm constantly switching. Like,
I thought when I was watching it, I was like,
he playing keyboard and
I was like,
I would love
dance
to take
monkey
credit.
dance.
I would
This
love
guy
to take
is
credit for
like
that. No.
Everything he's like this and
no, I'm so like spoiled. I'm like I need to hear more. Usually it's me saying I need to hear more guitar, but
this is a true story. This is a true story.
If you guys heard my in-ear mix, you don't even know that anyone else is playing pretty much. But no, if I can't hear the click track or certain vocals, that's all I'm doing. Now that they're on track, unfortunately, we're hoping to get that back into the show pretty soon.
But that is
Real
like it's not just a certain thing to your show or anybody. It's
especially
entertainment wide.
Like it's a Vegas thing too. Well, a lot of times they cut the bass player. Like I think MJ Live, there's no bass.
Oh yeah,
it's just whatever they deem unnecessary. But I would prefer a full. I'd prefer a full, 6 or 7 piece band up there. But it's just the nature of the beast.
Yeah. But you still get those moments, and you've got great ones. And what is the ballad? It's not Bohemian Rhapsody. It's
Bed of
They
Roses.
do Music of the Night.
Oh yeah.
Oh, really?
Did you ever think that you'd be on? Did you ever think that you'd be on stage playing Music of the Night in a rock setting?
No, and that's funny. When we first started rehearsing the show out here,
it's amazing. P.S. I have to say it's incredible.
I have to see this.
They send me the material to learn, and I'm listening to it. And I'm like, I hated it. Full disclosure, I was like, I have to play on this
Groban
thing.
singing it for you at the time.
You just saw it on the set list. It was like Music of the Night. Really?
Why don't we do Cats?
Memory.
Yeah.
Jellicle,
But honestly, it's one of.
I don't know that music. I'm just saying. I've heard it.
Jellicle Cats.
He doesn't either. Wink, wink.
But it's now one of my favorite parts of the show. It's such a cool moment. But also, for me, it's, so I'm looking at the faces of the audience, and, like, I see people, like, tearing up when they do. And these guys sing their asses off on that one. And there's a couple of cool little guitar parts, actually. But I watch people losing their shit, and, like, that makes it for me. Like, I'm like, oh, my. Like, same thing with Bohemian. Like, I see people crying.
Well,
and I'm like,
naturally.
Yeah.
Me and, let me shout out my band, too, by the way. Dan Grenis and Blas Elias.
Oh, Blas.
Isn't he
I work
dreamy?
with a Blue Man Group. I love
He's
Blas.
dreamy.
The night that I was there was a
Slaughter.
female
Might have been, that was Nanette. That's
we
one
love
of
you,
Blas's
Dan.
stuff.
P.S.
But I remember one of the first few nights we were doing the show, Blas came up to me and he goes, man, when we do Bohemian Rhapsody and I see people like tearing up, he's like, I started tearing up. And I'm like, that's one of the coolest things of music. Like just this back and forth, just the emotion, like, you know. And Music of the Night, same thing. I see people, that's not a song that I was super familiar with before doing the show, but I see people love it, and that makes me like it even more.
But you know what? I think it's because people go to this show expecting to see Sweet Child of Mine and November Rain, or, you know, whatever, this and that.
I'm getting a note.
Sorry. And then you guys pull out Music of the Night, and it's incredible, and it's...
We have a live chatter right now.
Oh.
Ida Prile? Ida, Prile, says, Tenors of Rock was phenomenal.
Oh.
Thank you for writing in.
I love Ida.
We love Ida.
Ida, like to get to know you better. Hey.
Open your shirt a little closer there.
Chichinno with the
Ida, he's giving you a flash.
The funny thing is, he was like, I'm going to take my reading glasses off. He's like, 'cause I don't want them. And then
apparently I needed them just now to read this.
And then his sunglasses are down here. I'm like,
right.
how many pairs of glasses do you have?
But sunglasses look cool. Guitar heroes don't wear reading glasses.
No.
I'm going to start unbuttoning my shirt down to there. But
God.
It would be...
Listen,
we should all do that.
baby
No,
steps.
I'm good.
Baby
I like my
That's advanced
covered
shit.
boobies today.
You got to work up to that. It took me 20 years to get to this point.
Okay. So I'm still working, because I'm only 20 years old, so I'm still working my way
Nixie's
there.
a young man.
I'm 75 years old, so
So tell us how Spike is doing.
I'm so glad you brought up my little buddy.
He's a rescue. Adopt, don't shop. He's a rescuer.
What was that? Adopt, don't shop.
Yeah, he's a rescue
Oh, I thought you
guy
said chop.
with animals.
I rescued a little dog
What kind of
last
dog?
year with my wife. He's a Chihuahua mix. We think he's Chihuahua Dachshund.
Okay.
So he's like a long Chihuahua.
Yeah.
Pause. That's the best part about adopting. Don't shopping. Huh?
Yeah.
Is that they're like, we think he's a so and so. We think you never really know, but
You got him here in Vegas?
We got him in Vegas. He
At
changed.
the Mojave?
No, where it was like this thing called Bark in the Park.
Oh,
where
yeah. Sure.
All this is a great story for dog people, because people say the dog picks you. He literally picked us. We went to this thing. There's thousands of dogs everywhere running around, and so me and my wife went, and we're kneeling down, and like I'm petting different ones. Like, oh, this one looks cute, and they're all sweet. And I was like sort of on one knee like this, and this dog just comes running up and jumps on my knee, and he just sits there. He looks at the other dogs real smug, like, yeah. It's my owner. I picked my owner. And I turned to my wife.
Guy.
I was like, babe, I think we got a dog here. I mean, this guy, he's like, fuck you, other dogs. This is my own. I'm going home with these people.
He's like Annie. You're going to take me.
What?
I'm 3. I'm 4.
Well, I said to my wife, I was like, I want a dog that's really cute, but I want him to be kind of a little badass, too. And I was like, that's what we got. And, he's so great. We love him.
We adopted a Chihuahua mix, too. He's a mix with a Basenji, so he's like a long-haired. Yeah, he's Cooper. He picked us, too. He picked us he picked more my husband, because I wasn't a dog person first, and now we have 2. And I love them both. They're both rescues.
Yeah, and it's made my marriage better, because my wife, she's like, I've never seen this side of you before. I just sing little songs to him, and I talk in my little fake doggy voice. And she's like, this is so sweet. I'm like, yeah. I'm very sweet.
It's so cute though. It's so cute though, because like if you're friends with Chris on Facebook.
Oh my God.
Because I'm an asshole?
No. Not because you're an asshole. But you see all these pictures and like hair blowing back and guitars and video. And then here he is with this little Spike, and he's like, ooh, and singing songs to it and stuff.
My little buddy. I talk in a little fake voice. It's
How old is Spike now?
You have doggy voice.
We think he's 10.
Yeah.
He was like
Okay.
9 when we got him.
Yeah, it was just
I
like
know.
last year.
So I'm hoping he lives to be 40.
Yeah.
So that I'm already dead by then.
Because you're 72.
72,
you're an old man.
I only have a few
Spike will
years
be on life
left in
support,
me.
just be like this.
No, but I wanted to say, going back to what you said about getting into Rock of Ages, was that you said I could, you called up the guitarist and said I could sub for you. Like, I think that's amazing that you have that. Whenever you guys talk about how you get into shows and auditioning and all those things, but how you have the balls to just call up somebody and be like, I can do this, and then to be like, I've got you. I'm gonna, run with you.
I don't have it. He's definitely got low
No,
hangers.
but you guys do. I mean, you were in We Will Rock You. You were in Rock of Ages. I mean, you guys have this. Again, when we have people on the show all the time, it's like this: the energy you guys swagger. over there. That's him over. That's because he's booked you in and House Seats Presents shows.
true.
I know he wants to book you
Right.
again.
You're in the
coming
next
up
one.
soon.
You're in the next
I
one.
think we're doing the Who's Tommy. You're going to probably get a call, I'm sure.
Oh shit!
So,
No, I'm definitely doing that. I keep fooling him into thinking that I'm good at playing guitar. Yeah, well, but it's like if I often think about that too. But if I went to see like a jazz show, I wouldn't have had that. I would have been like, I love it, but I can't do what they're doing. I saw Rock of Ages, and I was like, I know exactly how to do that. It's cocky guitar hero, shreddy, virtuosic guitar playing. I was like, I know how to do that. Yeah, when I called him, I really was like, I emailed him, actually, got his email. I said, he's going to email me back. Mm-hmm. And he called me in like 10 minutes.
Oh.
Like, dude.
He's like, I need a day off.
Well, but
Come
also,
in.
he said, they keep sending me these Broadway guys that can't do, what we're doing. They see the wind fan. They're used to sitting in a chair reading charts.
Right.
So,
Well, we're gonna
it
have
worked
you
out.
on again soon.
I'm gonna go.
And
see
we're
the
gonna
show.
and we're gonna
We're
bring
see the show.
guys from your show on.
Oh, that'd be
I
great.
know Di wants to come on as well. So we'll have you guys on again. I love you.
Shows at Harris.
I love you,
Thank you,
brother.
buddy.
Okay.
Thank you
Go
guys
see the
so
show
much.
at Harris, Tenors of Rock, Harris. Thank you guys for joining
Bye.
us.
Happy
Bye, y'all.
Friday.
Thank you guys.